It's MicheleMarieDalene. It's the 30th of April 2019, and of course, I am at the soup kitchen because, well, where else do I go at this time in the morning? Today, we're going to cover a few things. First of all, today's show is going to be a little different. Me and a group of people, which are regulars on the channel, have decided that we're going to focus on more mainstream topics, including things such as dating and relationships. And so that's what we're going to be covering today, is dating and relationships. Especially for people who are handicapped, transgender, and they will be mentioned as well, of course. Basically, it'll be a pretty general coverage. It's not going to cover any particular group particularly heavily, but more of a generalized discussion. And the reason is that we all realize that as a member of the team, that this channel needs to come up with better topics, because no one really particularly likes covering too much about political. Nobody necessarily wants to sit through a 2-hour show talking about bullshit. What they do want to talk about is maybe more things that the average individual may be questioning about. For example, what kind of things do women look for in a potential partner? What is it like to have Asperger's when dating? How does Asperger's people or autistic spectrum people deal with issues of dating and the questions and the difficulties in their lives, trying to find an appropriate partner. Also, we have at least one transgender individual. We're going to ask that individual, what's it like for you to date? How do you find a partner is going to understand your situation? Now, when I say partner, I'm not going to be specifically assuming that the person is hetero or homo or bi. We don't know if they are. The point is it's just a general gathering of like-minded people to talk about dating and relationships. And also, when we talk about relationships, it doesn't necessarily mean specifically just sex. But it does, when you talk about the term relationships, it usually means possibly something that may be going to a long-term end goal of, say, partnership or marriage. And so that's when we're talking about relationships. Of course, we can also cover friendships too, because friendships also are a form of a relationship. In fact, many relationships of the intimate type started out as friendships. So I guess we could cover that too, of relationships, meaning people who have, what kind of questions do you have for your friends? What kind of things do you look for in a friendship? That certainly is a valid point as well. So that's going to be starting at 2 o'clock today, Eastern Time, and 7 p.m. Pacific Time. And we will be taking some phone calls. And as far as Jess, she's not here right now. I did talk to her yesterday. People did ask me if me and Jess had all talked. Yes, we did talk. She met me here at the soup kitchen, and we were going to go originally and do a video on the studio, but for some reason she didn't come over after lunch. I don't know the reason behind that. I can't tell you anything specific of why she didn't come. All I can tell you is she didn't. And her stuff is still sitting in my studio. Hopefully, like I jokingly said, I hope my cat Dusty doesn't mark it as his, but it is as it is, and he's a cat, and that's what they do. Right now, all 3 cats are outside. It's freezing outside. It's not very nice at all. It's rainy, it's freezing, it's just nasty. And of course, there's no heat in the apartment because the landlord turned the boiler off for the summer, and which means that I wake up and it's just really, really chilly in there. And so, for this reason, we replaced the LED bulbs with the 300 watt heat blasters, studio lights that produce 300 watts incandescent goodness. That's not only gives my studio a nice amount of light, but it also gives my studio a lot of nice infrared heat, which is going to keep my room in the studio nice and toasty. So it's going to be a good day to definitely do a video in studio. I've noticed, I'll just briefly cover that, is that so far this year, spring really hasn't had an excessive number of warm days, especially not in late April. Even looking into the early May, I don't see any really super high temperatures. I'm seeing temperatures potentially peaking at about 17 degrees Celsius, nighttime lows maybe anywhere from 6 to 9 degrees Celsius. So it's not going to be a warm environment at all. So for early May, and that is kind of disturbing for me, because you see, Patty originally got the electric heater for the apartment from her sister when I had. Well, she needed a heater, and so she asked me to borrow the heater back. So she borrowed the heater back, and then she left it over at Daryl's house. Well, no, I need the heater, but obviously I don't have it. So I'm freezing my yachts off. So you see, you have to understand that my body is reacclimating for spring, and it's not sprung yet. So it's not really that nice outside at all, and it's just not welcoming inside that apartment. Let's see, anything else? No, not really. Other than I hope that today's discussions are going to go well, and I'm hoping that all of you will be part of the discussions. The whole point of this is that we want to take this channel from 0 to sort of a hero kind of thing. Get rid of the people who think my channel is entirely just a slapstick comedy channel, which it certainly never was intended to be. That doesn't mean that we're not going to have any comedy. Of course we're going to have comedy, but it's just not going to be the main focus of the channel. Everybody wants to talk about dating and, you know, what's it like, for example, for a person with Asperger's, autistic spectrum disorder, and dealing with trying to get out there in the dating field. The idea is brought to me by Kirsty, who is watching a show in the UK called The Undateables, which I have not seen yet. But when she described the show to me, it sounds like something I would watch. And I'm surprised that there is no American TV show producer coming up with an American version of The Undateables. I think it would be fantastic to see it. I got some things yesterday from the soup kitchen for food that I was going to cook last night, but I didn't really feel super hungry, and that is, I got a huge large amount of freshly made mashed potatoes. I froze them for now. I have some Italian-style meatballs in the freezer also, but I don't think this really would go with mashed potatoes, but they would go with the pastas and stuff I picked up yesterday. So I might go ahead and actually I could probably pick up both. I could probably pick up a jar of marinara sauce, and I could pick up another can of Spam. And for the Spam, I can make that with the mashed potatoes in the soup kitchen, and maybe boil some carrots and make something nutritiously healthy. And of course, hopefully today's lunch, which seems to smell pretty good, looks like hopefully it's going to be nice and delicious. Yesterday was bratwurst and I guess a type of macaroni or potato salad. I didn't have, I also had beans too. I didn't have that, but I just had the bratwurst on the bun. And of course, I didn't even have the carrot cake. I just wanted to have the coffee instead and maybe a salad. And that's what I did have. So, well, that's about it for now. And I was going to interview Jess. I was hoping to possibly talk to her about the issues in life and things. And it still potentially could happen. I don't know when she's coming in. Yesterday she came in about 10:30. So maybe she'll be here again today. Maybe I can finally talk to her. Maybe to make it easy, maybe we'll just do a quick interview here at the soup kitchen instead. Because apparently I don't know why she didn't pick up her stuff yesterday, but it's still sitting in my apartment, like I said earlier. So we got a lot of things to cover today. So let's get started. We got quite a few hours in the day to go through. And of course, if you have any comments, concerns, gripes, kudos, whatever, you certainly can talk about them here. Alright, talk to you later, guys. Bye bye.